Hello everyone, welcome to Sweetie Speaks official YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn about system Verilog assertions. This is an intro video. After that we are going to learn about SVA in depth. SVA stands for System Verilog Assertions. Please remember this because we are going to use SVA anonym a lot of time in the upcoming videos. That's why what does SVA mean? You should know. SVA means System Verilog Assertion. What does System Verilog Assertion mean? There will be some statements about your design which are always true. Some conditions about your design which will always hold true. Such kind of conditions in your design are called as assertions in very easy language. Now, things which are always true, you can say them as rules also. In other words, you can also say that SVA is nothing but rules in the design that a tool can understand. So, whatever rules you have in your design, which a tool can understand, that is called as System Verilog assertion. Why do we need System Verilog assertion? They are a part of verification. Verification is used to validate the design behavior, whether the design is behaving correctly or not. Is my design working correctly? That's what I want to ensure. Surprisingly, System Verilog assertions will also provide the functional coverage. In System Verilog, we write coverage, in which we write cover groups, cover points, and similarly, you can also write cover properties in System Verilog assertions, which will tell you whether a particular property is being covered or not. We are going to see about this cover property in detail in the upcoming lectures. For now, you can remember that you can also do functional coverage using System Verilog assertion, and the construct is cover property. The assertion checks can be dynamic as well as static. Dynamic checks can be written in simulation. We write assertions and we bind it to simulation environment, that is called as dynamic checks. You can also use assertion statically in formal. In formal, there is a methodology which we call as formal property verification, in which necessarily we write assertions for the design. This is a static check. ABV is another methodology where assertions are used. ABV stands for assertion based verification. It is a methodology in which you verify the design using assertions. Let us see some of the advantages of SVA. One very important advantage is you need to write multiple lines of SV code, or I will call it as a checker code, to verify a particular design behavior. And the same thing, if you want to write an assertion, you can write it in few lines very effectively. We are going to see the example of this in the upcoming lecture, how with SVA within few lines you can cover a checker which will take multiple lines of code in the SV without using assertions. So that without using assertions code and with using assertion code, the power of that you will come to know in the upcoming lectures. For now, please remember that using SVA you require fewer lines of code compared to what you require in the SV code without assertion to do the similar kind of check. The next thing which System Verilog assertion does is it improves the observability and controllability of the design. What do I mean by observability? Observability, I can observe the internal states of the design. This is possible with the help of System Verilog assertions. Now, how does it help with controllability? Controllability means there is a specific design point where you feel that the bug can be present. you can simulate only that particular design point using assertions. It will improve the design debug. How? It is possible to capture internal bugs in the design which do not propagate to the output because you have the access to internal design states. That's why you can capture certain internal bugs in the design which will not propagate to the external output ports. But these bugs are there in the design which will impact the overall behavior of the design. This type of bugs you can easily debug with the help of system verilog assertions. Another thing is you can find the source of bug faster and more accurately compared to system verilog environment. System Verilog is a language and the methodology which we use for verification is UVM. Now, UVM test bench is very complicated. Finding a bug, especially at the SOC level in the UVM test bench, is very difficult. Compared to that, if there is certain part of design which you can cover with the help of SVA, it will help you to find the bug very fast and more accurately. Like you will spend very less time in debug using system verilog assertions compared to your UVM debugs. You will be able to locate the exact line, exact point of the source code from where the bug is coming with the help of system verilog assertions. The next very important point and very important advantage of SVA is they can be reused across various verification levels. Say, for example, simulation. I can write certain assertions in my simulation. Then they say, for example, formal. I can write my assertions in formal and I can reuse them. The same assertions I can reuse in my simulation, the same assertions I can reuse in my formal also. For reusability, there is a possibility, there is a method where you can put parameters to activate this assertions only at certain verification level. Say, for example, I'm writing my assertions and I'm binding that file to my simulation as well as my formal, but certain assertions I want to run only in formal and certain assertions I want to run only in simulation. So you can have a parameter, say the parameter name is simulation, then I can write if def simulation. So whenever you are passing simulation as the parameter, only then those assertion will be active. And similarly for formal, say you can have if def formal. So only when you are passing a define named as formal, only then those assertion will run. These kind of things can be done for assertions and they will help you to reuse it at various verification levels. Another thing is it is possible to turn these assertions on and off as and when required. What are the disadvantages of SVA? First thing is you need to select the right candidate for assertions. If you select very complex design, if you select SOC and you are trying to write very complex properties on your SOC, then you will run into a problem which I call it as a convergence problem. Convergence problem is a problem wherein your assertion will run for days or even weeks and it will not converge. It will not come to an end. This happens a lot for the complex assertions in formal. So, this is one problem which we are definitely going to see when we see formal. Another problem is simulation overhead. So if you write assertions, it will take little more time for your simulations to complete because assertions are also running and they need time to finish. So that's why your simulations will run for little longer. Compared, it depends on what type of a complexity you have in your assertions. That will determine how much simulation overhead you have. Now, who will write the assertions? The assertions can be written by design engineers also. What type of assertions design engineers write? They will write the assertions at microarchitecture level. As verification engineers, we don't have access to microarchitecture level. That only the designers will have access. So you can say signals which are not visible to verification engineers, for those kind of signals, designer can write the assertions. Or even some signals which are also visible to verification engineers, but there are some basic design checks which designers need to do, those kind of assertions also designer will write. The next person who writes assertion for sure is verification engineers. We will write the assertions at IP or SOC level. What are different types of assertions? The first type is immediate assertion. What does immediate assertion do? It will check a condition at current simulation time. It can check only for combinational condition. It can't check for sequential condition. The immediate assertion can only work for combinational condition. It cannot involve any temporal operators. Temporal means if you want to insert certain delay or some time required, those kind of things we can't write with immediate assertion. They need to execute at the same time, at the current simulation time. The example of immediate assertion, always at the rate pos edge of clock, assert enable equal to 1. What does it mean? Every time there is positive edge of clock, I am checking if my enable is 1. Another type is concurrent assertion. In concurrent assertion, your condition, whatever condition when your assertion is active, will be evaluated on the positive edge. The signals, the variables which are present in your assertion will be evaluated at every pause edge of clock. Say, for example, I want to evaluate at pause edge of clock, then it will be evaluated at pause edge of clock. Here is an example. Assert property. One thing you should note, this property keyword we use only in concurrent assertion. Property keyword you won't find in immediate assertion. So you are saying assert property at the rate pause edge of clock, disable if reset. So this property is not always active. It will disable if reset is there. Now when will this property activate? First thing is when the reset is there, it will not be active. Second thing, the property will activate only when request is high. Here if you see request and at the pause edge of clock, if the request is high, only then your property will be activated. So whenever your request is high, this particular thing means in the next clock cycle. We are going to see about these things in detail, but for now remember, this particular symbol signifies in the next clock cycle. So whenever request is coming in the next clock cycle, it will wait for 1 to 7 clock cycles. For 1 to 7 clock cycles, it will wait and it will check. Within 1 to 7 clock cycles, your act should be 1. This is what the property means. I hope you understood about assertions. You got a gist about assertions. In the upcoming lectures, we are going to see about this in detail. To stay tuned to such content on VLSI, please subscribe to Sweetie Speaks official YouTube channel. Thank you.